Hi guys, welcome to Choppy Tales. Today I'm going to tell you about Hamma Hamma with Amma Amma. तो हुआ यूँ कि I was in Hyderabad and this happened during my return flight to Mumbai. Since it was raining in Hyderabad during my stay, I bought a beautiful umbrella which I didn't want to leave behind. I had never checked in an umbrella on its own before, and I wasn't sure if the security guards would allow it as a cabin baggage. While I stood in the queue for the boarding pass, there was this Hyderabadi couple just behind me with an old lady in a wheelchair, probably their mother. While the queue moved a bit, I got dhadam dhakka so much that I fell on my suitcase. It was that Hyderabadi woman. Angrily, I stared in her black eyes full of kajal. She was clad in an orange color sari with gold nose ring, big gold rings in her ears. Her red glass bangles made noise when she pushed me. She wore her sari so loose that it was almost coming out of her waist, and a pallu was in between her bosom. Her husband looked like a bechara man. He was a bearded guy and wore white kurta with jacket and pajamas. This woman seemed to push everyone there. Well, at the counter, I was allowed to check in my umbrella with the other luggage after weighing it. I was confident I would be well within the weight limit as I had only few files and my laptop while coming to Hyderabad. That's when my mind reminded me that greed is a sin and that I was a few kilos overweight, and it was all due to 7-8 packets of biscuits of that famous Karachi bakery that I had bought. I meekly paid the excess baggage and proceeded for the security check. At the security check-in, I took out my laptop from the bag and checked my purse for other stuff. And to my horror, I find my Swiss knife in my purse. My beloved Swiss knife. The same Swiss knife that I loved for years and had saved through numerous airport check-ins. And finally, I had no choice but to part with it. Sob. That's when I got crafty, as I really didn't want to part with it. I was banking on famed laxity of Indian security and thought maybe I'll be able to hoodwink them. If I put it in my Ray-Ban glasses ka case and put it deep inside my bag, surrounded by other stuff. और मैंने वही किया. I put the bag on the conveyor and laptop in the tray and proceeded for my pat down. I could see the monitor from the vantage point, and before I could proceed for my metal detector van dance, where I played a muse to the security guard, I saw my bag being introspected deeply. The X-ray guy was taking extra time and effort to zoom into the bag to check the Swiss knife in detail, along with a power bank and the lunchbox with aloo gobi and paratha my friend packed for me. My bag had been taken out and put into its own place of pride. I was informed that I have a Swiss knife in my bag. Didn't I know about it already? And I'm not allowed to take it. The guard gave me an option to check it in, and I decided to check it in my laptop bag as I couldn't lose my precious knife. But then I would have to carry my laptop and power bank in my hand. I took my bag and rushed out. They deboarded me to go back to the check-in counter. So I checked in the remaining piece of luggage and proceeded back to the security check with my power banks and the trusted lunchbox. And alas, that is when I realized in rush I forgot to take my laptop from the tray at the security check-in. The thought of losing my office property dreaded me. On my way back, that Hyderabadi old wheelchaired woman yelled, "Hey!" and waved at me. I just gave her a strained smile and ran off. Thank God the earlier rush was over and the crowds had thinned down by then, which meant the security personnel had more time to spend with me. Yay! First, I had to explain them why my boarding pass was not being accepted, as I was deboarded earlier. I was then punched in manually. Only then I was allowed to collect my laptop. The small, teeny tiny problem that was because my laptop had by now become an unclaimed object, that control room was informed. So now I went through this hoop to show that my laptop was not a sinister, by proving it is mine and some ugly mugshots in the picture folders that finally convinced them. Finally, I proceeded. Whoosh. As crowded as it can be, Hyderabad airport reminds me of Dadar station. You will find people even sitting on the ground. this airport had already given me a terminal illness. Much to my dismay, to find that the flight was delayed. Thank God, after such an ordeal, I found a place to sit. I kept my bag on the seat and was planning to get some food and inquire the delay. That same Hyderabadi family I encountered at the baggage counter was sitting beside me. I kept my bag on the chair so that no one could sit on it and was getting up to inquire about the delay. When this Hyderabadi man almost walked into me, I moved and let him go aage. He seemed to be in a rush to meet the ground staff and ask, "ए पोट्टा, ये प्लेन काय को हल्लू हो ना?" "सर, डिले मुंबई से आने में है, 1 घंटा और लगेगा." "हाउ? 1 घंटा और बोला तो? क्या मेरा हावड़ा दिख रहा हो तेरे को? अरे तो उन्हों बोलो ना, थोड़ा फटाफट आने को." The bichara ground staff became speechless but smiled and spoke with a straight face. "Sir, plane 900 से तेज निकल नहीं सकता." That man walked away saying, "खाली पीली दिमाग खराब." The conversation was majja for me. By now, मुझे भी समझ आया why there was a delay, and I walked back to my seat near these people, where I'd left my bag as there was hardly any place to sit. And closed my eyes, सोचा थोड़ा आराम कर लूँ. लेकिन my ध्यान went towards the old lady sitting in the wheelchair. She was digging in her pakoda जैसा nostril. I say digging, meaning one index finger deep inside about to strike oil. She then switched her hand and the nostril. I couldn't stomach to watch it, but I couldn't help but to keep her in my peripheral. Then I saw it. She yanked her booger picker with her face and plunged it deep into her mouth. One finger, then the next. Same routine in her pakoda nose. Second knuckle deep, twist frantically, extract, then eat, and repeat. She wouldn't stop. The man and the woman were simply speaking to her as if she wasn't the most disgusting person in that entire airport, state, or maybe even the whole country. I was so disgusted by now. I was thinking of having some food earlier, but watching this, I guess I wouldn't want to eat my entire life. I got up and stood till they announced the arrival of our flight. Inside of the flight, I was just becoming comfortable in the aisle seat with 2 other guys sitting in my row, one of them being the Hyderabadi man. When suddenly his wife rushed from behind and hit me on my head and yelling, thinking it was her husband sitting there. Shocked, I looked behind to see her, but she was in so much of rage that she didn't even realize that she hit me and continued yelling at her husband. "अम्मा गुम होना और ये पोट्टा आराम से बैठना, दिमाग का बैंगन होना, कोई शर्म नहीं आना तेरे को." The Hyderabadi man next to me didn't know where to look and tried to calm her, but in vain. I quietly and quickly got up from my seat to let him get out, but he didn't budge. The lady fumed more and almost pulled him out. She pushed him and shouted at him to search for Amma. All this commotion, the air hostesses came running to find out what happened and realized their Amma was missing. Apparently, the airport staff had got her in the wheelchair from the other gate. They all started searching the entire flight. The lady continued yelling at her husband, boiling down to how incapable and useless he is. The poor guy had his head down and with fright in his eyes searching for Amma. Now the entire flight was searching for Amma, when suddenly the lady shouted, "Amma hona, Amma hona." Oof. The entire crowd in the flight turned to the direction of the woman's voice and burst into laughter when we all saw Amma coming out of the washroom, cynically smiling, with a finger of one hand digging her pakoda nose and with the other hand adjusting her false teeth. So friends, don't you love airports which actually have no rules of the society? You can even have a pizza with wine at 7 a.m. in your tracks, or even dig in your nose and no one really bothers. Forget the emotional baggage like I had with my Swiss knife and concentrate on the baggage you have, like carrying my laptop. Oops. Also, care about emotional baggage a bit, or you may forget your Amma and she may not be in the toilet. Hasta la vista. फिर मिलेंगे हम लोग in my next video of Choppy Tales.